starting from purple shades first, using a cotton pad that is soaked with Copic refills, mostly purple shades of it, creating some clouds in the background for a texture. And the palette that I chose for this drawing is mostly purple with yellow highlight. It's gonna be a little bit rainy with some lightnings, so I'm creating a stormy sky with a lot of dark clouds. I used just a few drops of the Copic refill on that cotton pad. It's just for the texture. I'm not soaking the entire paper with it because the paper itself has a lot of texture and the Copic markers just won't go smoothly on top of it. But I'm going I'll over it later on with watercolors for the background and for most of this drawing or painting. I'm starting to fill in all the details, all the flat colors first, and I'm mixing some purples in the red of her cape, so it will maintain the color palette that I chose. Rendering a little bit, but keeping the most of the rendering for colored pencils later on, after I will finish with the first layer of all the flat colors. Armor is silver, but I used a lot of purples to color it because it reflects the sky and all the background. So you gotta think about those things and keep it in mind that in real life, real things like fabric and metal, they reflect some light and colors of other things. After putting in all the basic flat layers, I'm going all over it with lighter colors. For example, on her cape, I mixed up a little bit of yellow in the red for highlights. And I'm also going to mix up a little bit of yellow in the brown cape that she has on her waist, right there. using a fine brush because of all the details there, and I don't want to smudge in any line or to go outside of the lines. So for the smaller details, as you see, I'm using a Rachlin 4. Using different shades of purples to go all over the drawing, and using warmer and cooler tones of purple in order to make certain details pop more. Letting the painting dry is very important. If I don't have time, I'm using a hair dryer in order to add more details and finish the painting sooner. As you see now, I'm rendering with some markers using skin tones, purples, and some warm grays. Using the warm grays for the buildings and for her brown sort of cape. I go back and forth with watercolors, Copic markers, and sometimes white highlights. Once I see that I want to add more, I just go for it. There's no specific rule for the process here. Paper gets a little bit too wet, I use the hair dryer. I keep it close so every layer that I finish, if I want to go over it, I quickly dry it and continue. Starting with smaller details, highlights, and small rendering. Right now I'm using white acrylic for highlights on her armor, face, and of course everything else. I'm starting to go all over it with some colored pencils to enhance all the colors. I always keep some reference in front of me for the things that I'm drawing. So for this drawing I used also a reference of a rainy sky with some lightnings. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below.